Bluefield, real name, no gimmicks. And I ain't acting tough just to maintain the image. I'm doing everything I can to sustain my business. That PTSD.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy, Get Your Weight Up, Twine. Who else we got in the building?
Kiki Lee.
Your boy Eness, you already know Bluefield, Philly's finest, king of battle rap. You can't have it back.
You already know, WorkOutLandLord, you know, doing
Yeah,
this for a long time. For
Sure.
yeah, man. Long time coming.
yeah.
Tell us about, you know what I'm saying, where you grew up at in the neighborhood.
Okay. I grew up in North Philly, Smetley, Ontario. Dang, nobody never asked me that. Smetley, Ontario to be exact.
Yeah.
You know, North Philly. I grew up in a rough neighborhood, same neighborhood like, you know, anybody else. But, you know, I feel like we got like, we a little bit different down there. I feel like we got a different swagger or whatever. So I grew up in, you know, 2000s, 90s, around drugs, you know, just the average stuff, you know, that anybody else would come up in. My mom, she was, you know, drinking. My dad was in the military, like, you know, just the same stuff.
Right.
For real. But I think what really separated with me was my dad being in the military. I went with my grandma, and then my grandma kind of gave me that structure of having manners and stuff like that. Like, I think if I just would have stayed down in North Philly, I just would have been like, probably just like every average North Philly person.
Right.
But my grandma was not going for it.
Militant.
Like like I got to sneak out, you know, to play football. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, it was all that type stuff. So it was real different for me, like when I was growing up. But I take all that in and just figure out like that's why I'm a good person, you know, now today, because I got the, you know, it's like the gift and the curse, I would say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No doubt. You had something for him, Kay?
Yeah. I want to know, you did some time.
Yeah.
Upstate? Or
Yeah. Then y'all getting right to it.
So, how long you doing? What you do? What you do to get booked?
All right, so I did 6 years in jail.
Okay.
You know, I was up. I don't even care about the jail I was in.
Somewhere up in the mountains.
Yeah, I was in the mountains. They put me up there, so you know, I was in the mountains for 6 years. That gave me a lot of. I'm a thinker guy. Like, you know what I mean, I be thinking about so much. So that, you know, that gave me all the structure that I needed, because when I was outside, I was just focusing on selling drugs and, you know, that type stuff. And, you know, I was reading like every book when I was up there on real estate, on mindset, on, you know, trust, you know.
Self-help books.
You know, not really self-help. I really was trying to get to that bag.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was trying to get to that money. I was trying to get to the millions, and I was just trying to figure out, like, you know, I can't do it off drugs. I ain't see one person from my neighborhood, because I looked at my neighborhood, I'm like, damn, I ain't see one person really get to millions in my neighborhood. Nobody. So I'm like, damn, this can't be a coincidence. Like, this shit ain't gonna happen from it. So I'm like, damn, I'm a focus on really understanding the blueprint. And a lot of people just don't have the blueprint. That's why they be where they at.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
No, I agree with you far as the neighborhood. We ain't have nobody far as a multi-millionaire far as on business.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with you with that, because I'm gonna just say this. Me and Workout, we from the same neighborhood, a block and a half over. He's Smetley Street, I'm Sinham Street. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's how close we are. You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine. So, you know, tell him more about the youth, what you do for the youth and the community.
Yeah, I mean, for the youth, like, so for me, right, when I was growing up, like you was on Sinham Street, you a block and a half over, like as the youth, we ain't really see nothing but people selling drugs. So I'm like, damn, if we just keep seeing people sell drugs, then we're not gonna be able to get anywhere in life. Like, we just gonna keep thinking, all right, look, I gotta sell this drug, or I gotta do this, or I gotta, you know, fuck this bad bitch, or whatever. Our mentality was just messed up. So I'm like, yo, what I'm gonna do is, after I learned how to buy houses at a young age, because I bought my first house when I was 17, 2005. Like, that was a long time ago.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, let me really get y'all the game, and you gonna do the same thing off selling drugs. Like, all you doing is just flipping the house. Change the product. We don't gotta sell the drugs, so you're gonna go to jail selling drugs. But if we flipping houses, they can't take that away from us
At all.
and we can leave that to our kids and the generations and stuff like that. So, you know, that's what made me want to give back to the youth and show them like how to really, you know, make this money. Like, I got a couple young boys, 18, 19 years old, that got millions of dollars in real estate. You know, at 18, 19 years old. So I think it all comes from them getting a great mentor and understanding like this shit really ain't a game, like the streets ain't a game. And so that's why, you know, I focus that much on the youth.
So on YouTube, I seen a couple old footage that you had. You know, how did you create your name?
Oh man. All right. So workout was like, you know how people used to be like, weed out, weed out.
Yeah.
Like Rucky gave me my name, Lil Ruck.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Rock.
rest in peace, Lil Rucky. Yeah. Ruck gave me my name because I used to stay on the block. Like he couldn't take me off the block.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could not take me off the block. So, you know, he'd be like, weed out, weed out, weed out. And he just was like, workout. Like, you know, and that was it. It was like Lil Workout.
Right.
You know, and that was my name, you know, and I took that name and just ran with it. Like I always had workout on the block, like all the time. So that, you know, that's where I got my name from. And, you know, that's how I really stayed focused on that shit. Like I still to this day keep the workout name and then also put the landlord with it because, you know, that's the real estate side.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm never going to just abandon that part because that's me.
Exactly.
That makes me, you know what I'm saying?
Now the streets are saying used to be a big drug lord,
Oh, no.
kingpin. So
Oh, no.
what's up with that?
Oh, man.
What's up with that?
I wouldn't say really a kingpin. I would say, you know, I was moving around a little bit. I actually got the game from my uncle and his uncle.
Yeah.
Pork, your uncle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Recipe
basically,
sport.
Recipe Sport, you know, I love my uncle Walt. You know, they gave me the game when I was younger, and then somebody called Jalil. I know everybody knows Jalil. Shout out to Jotty. So them, rest in peace, Jotty. So they gave me the game on that. But I'm like, damn, I want to take this to another level. So I'm like, how I really got in the drug game. I never told nobody this, bro. never told nobody this. So I found $10,000 out AC. Like I'm like my grandma gambling. You know, I find the money, right? So I'm always finding money. So I take the money or whatever home. So I'm spending money. You know when Strawbridge is there? I remember Strawbridge.
Yeah.
I know Ness, you remember Strawbridge.
For sure.
So I'll go to Strawbridge. I got the new Jordans. I got the polo shirt. Everybody like, damn, Ant got some money. Where's this money coming from? So I end up taking the money, and somebody they like, yo, Ant got some money. So I got hundreds and all that. So my uncle Walt, he like, yo, give me the money. You know, somebody gonna end up taking his money from me. I'm only like maybe like 13 years old or something like that. So he takes the money from him. It's like $8,500 at this point. I only spent $1,500. He takes the money, never give me the money back. I'm like, bro, like where my money at, bro? like where's my money? So it's like a year later. He ripping it now. You know, everybody know my uncle. He running up and down the block, busting traps constantly. I'm like, yo, give me like where my money? So he don't give me the money or whatever. So I go take it. Like he whipping the work up.
You putting it together.
I'm like, man, give me this shit, man. So I don't even know what I'm taking. I'm taking all this work. I probably took maybe like 4.5 or something like that. And I don't know what I'm doing. So I give it to, I trust somebody else. You know, Montana or whatever. I trust him. He ended up getting me, but it is all a part of the game.
Right.
I'm selling halves, you know, they going for $700-800. I'm selling it for $150, $200. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get this shit away. We're gonna sell 2 for $5s. So I start taking all the traffic around there from everybody. So everybody coming around like, yo, who is Ant? Who is Workout? Like, who is this?
Right.
So I end up, you know, coming up on like maybe 15, 20,000. I'm like 14, 15 years old, going to grass driving. You know, I'm doing everything at that time. I'm ripping it. So you know, Jalil come around there. He tried to take the block. You know, I'm like, listen, we ain't going for that. You know, we ain't going for that. But that's how it all started for me. And you know, around those ages, and you know, that's how I really started seeing some money because you know, I had that structure. Like I basically had a structure because Mont gave me that structure. I don't care what anybody say about Montana. That boy man knew how to stack some money.
Yeah.
But he'll fuck it up on a bitch. But he know how to stack that money. So that's how I figured. Like that's how I started stacking. But he was spending his money on girls and you know making sure. You know, he had TVs and all that. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna keep stacking this shit up.
Right.
So, you know, I had about 20,000 when I broke away from him, and he went around Sydenham Street. Then, from there, I turned it up, turned it all the way up. Yeah.
What happened to that DVD that you had? That's another way that you created your name throughout the city.
Yeah.
Tell us about that part.
That wave. Yeah. So the DVD. I had in 06, I was the only person that had work. Like you know. I can't get locked up for this shit. Like I already did time already.
Yeah.
So in 06, I was the only nigga that had work like in that vicinity. You know, bricks. You know, touching. Like anybody tell you that.
Yeah.
So at that time, I had the money. I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do with it? So I always loved rap, like the figures from around there. You know what I'm saying? I was following the major figures since I was a youngin'. So I'm like, damn, I want to make my own wave though. So this is the time when AR was, you know, AR just coming out. He with Cassidy, but he really trying to do his own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So AR around, NH around. Who else was on that DVD? Dutch. I'm talking about I had everybody on there, like everybody on that DVD. So you know, Cheek raw.
Cheek raw, yeah.
Like I'm talking about, I had everybody. So I'm giving them little checks. Son, take this little 300-400. That ain't nothing. Come over here. So that's how I created the first DVD. We threw like 40,000 out the window. Like I'm like 17, 18 years old. 40,000 out the window. You know what I'm saying? We in old schools. We doing it. Like we doing us. But at the same time, that shit brought a lot of unwanted attention. You know, a lot of shit happened. You know, getting robbed and just having the wrong attention. And you gotta learn from that shit, because I could have died so many different times. Yeah. It just wasn't my time though, the past.
What you
being
have to say,
inspired, being inspired by your upbringing and seeing these coming from, your environment and seeing, not too many people make it or be successful. And you stated how that led you to the real estate. Tell our platform the importance of with social media and the audience that has brung to what you've been doing for as far as real estate and the community is concerned.
Yeah. So I would say, I ain't gonna lie, Instagram like is a great platform, but I think the reason why like I stick out like beyond like the average person, because they know that it's like real. They know that I really come from all the stuff that I'm talking about, and I'm authentic. Like you see a lot of people on there just selling. Yo, I got you gonna make 300,000 off of $10, or you gonna do this. You like, bro, this don't even sound right. This don't sound right. So I'm giving it to them like in street form, like so you can understand it. It's microwavable. They can digest it. When I talk about lines of credit and you can pull 75% of the value of your property and all that stuff, you can be like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. But when you break it down on a different level where the kids can understand it or the average person can understand it, that's why Instagram kind of basically start coming towards me and giving me the platform to speak and give them that sauce.
For sure.
Because
the way you explain it is like you said, like a simple-minded person can relate to it and kind of get the information, absorb the information that you're giving out.
For sure.
Because I dipped and dabbed in real estate before. Like my first check, I bought a duplex. I ain't buy no car, I ain't buy no jewelry. I bought a duplex.
Oh yeah,
but I didn't have the credit.
Yeah.
So I put it in my cousin's name. He was a teacher.
Okay.
He worked in Layton County at the time, down in Maryland.
Yeah.
So he was the one. We all went to school because we all went to Central. Me, him, Cass, DJ Drama.
Oh, snap.
We all went to Central. And Bill Cosby is also alumni of that school also.
Okay.
So we was all smart, but coming from the inner city.
Yeah, you don't know nothing about that.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
At that point, I went to school, but then I ended up getting a record. We all do, getting a record. So nobody teaches us about credit. So
exactly.
I want you to tell our platform about the importance of financial literacy.
Yeah.
Because going down that rabbit hole, telling about the credit, we'll be here all day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so just tell them the importance about, the things that you have come across and made.
And how I get to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I would say, like, so for me, I bought my first house in 2005, but the house was just a house. I didn't know about construction or what anything costs. So that was the first thing that I understood. I had to learn how to put these properties together for a cheaper price, right, than the average person. So it's just like in street terms, I got to get it for the best number. So I started thinking outside the box. I'm going to go buy my flooring from overseas because it's cheaper to get it back over here, and then I can sell it at a cheaper price. So you really got to go to the connection. Now, when we talking about credit, you can't do nothing in this world without credit. Nothing. You can't do anything. So even if you have you a felon, the best thing you need to do is have a person on your team that has A1 credit, that knows how to build their credit profile though. Right? So a credit profile was basically like when you go to Experian and you'll see a number. Like right now, I don't know what your credit scores is, but you might go there and you might not see nothing there.
Credit is extortion. Yeah. It's extortion by the government.
Yeah.
The mob do the same thing.
Yeah.
They loan you money and charge you a high interest loan on the money that they own you.
Yeah.
The government just, everything that the criminals do, the government just came.
Yeah, right behind it. And tax. But at the same time, you got to understand that's the way the world goes around. You got to understand that.
No, America is backed by bullets and guns and weapons. It's not backed by anything less. Yeah. Our biggest asset are our weapons.
For sure.
And our farms, which that's what we have to export and import.
Yep.
But real estate, in my era, in the early 2000s, real estate, it was all right, but it wasn't as booming as it was now.
It
You
was,
go on
though.
Zillow,
It was.
it's,
You just
there's
didn't
a
know.
million properties.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. We did the looks
Yeah.
because my cousin sat me down. He asked me what section of the, I'm from Southwest. So I bought my first property in Elkins Park.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I didn't want it to be, like, I wanted to be as far as away from, you know what I mean? When you're trying to do something.
Barsham Village.
I want to be far as away.
Yeah.
And not forget where I came from, but, coming from the inner city and owning things is like you're making progress.
Exactly.
So I wanted to have something to show for it, just not a bunch of clothes and jewelry and sneakers and shit.
Yeah.
So I felt better that I did that than doing anything else. But the market wasn't so well. So I had the crib from 2003 to 2008.
Yeah.
We had some equity in it. And my cousin refinanced the crib. Not to my knowledge.
Yeah. Took the money out of it.
Bills came back.
Yeah.
And we had a second mortgage.
Yeah.
And it went up like $200-300. I didn't understand because
what was going on. Because you didn't know the game.
Exactly.
So the game is to be sold, not to be told.
Right.
Everybody's gonna say that. So you wasn't looking for that. You once you seen like, yo, it's $300 extra on the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, whoa, what's going on here? Like, he had to do something differently. So I think our people don't look at nothing. Like, they just want to get instant success. Everything is just instant, microwavable.
Immediate gratification.
Immediate. Like, no. Like, what is it? Like, people train, 4 years just to run 9 seconds.
Damn.
Just to run 9 seconds.
That's true.
So that means you got to put a lot of work in to get to where you're going to get to. And then you might blow. So you're going to put your work in, and then it's going to happen on the back end. So the same as with credit. It takes a little bit building your credit up. So it might take you 6 months or 4 months to build your credit, but at the same time, you're going to have access to 50 to 100,000 in that time. But you got to pay your bills on time. You got to understand looking at these bills. You got to look at certain things that a lot of people just ain't going to do because they weren't about smoking weed or, drinking or, eating food, like whatever. Like they not thinking about anything else but, what they think about. And that's, that's not a good thing for us. We are never going to grow like that as a whole.
Yeah, because it's like I said, is a big industry, real estate.
For sure.
And then when the gentrification came in, and then
that's how I came up though.
Okay.
So basically, I bought like 6 or 7 houses in Brewery Town. This how I really came up in Brewery Town. So those houses I got for $2,000, $3,000, $8,000. I got these for the low. So I'm fixing them up. I don't really know what I'm doing at the time, but when I do my time in jail, those houses was worth like $3 to $4 million. While I was locked up.
Okay.
So I didn't understand I didn't know what refinancing was. I didn't know what pulling lines of credit was. I didn't know what credit was. When I came home from jail, I had to get with a mentor, and he showed me how to build my credit report. I had to pay him $5,000 to learn that knowledge.
Okay.
I had to go down to Atlanta, pop it with him, kick it with him. I stayed with him for a couple months, then I came back up here. So I was never like, even when we was younger, like I always go to out different cities, different states. Like I'm venturing out just like how you did. Like,
right.
Listen, we out of here.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Not to cut you
go.
off. So, because like I'm learning the knowledge too. So this is our first.
Yeah, for sure.
So bang. So I know you're not buying like some of the cribs you might buy flat out, but some of the cribs you might finance.
Yeah.
So how do you prevent from locking in into 30-year commitments
mortgages
with all these different properties and buildings and stuff?
Well,
like that?
I mean, it's a strategy.
Okay.
So for me, so my strategy was always the same. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go down North Philly, like, cause I already did it. I already had the blueprint. I bought houses at a low price. So I'm gonna look for wherever. That's why I'm out Baltimore buying dollar houses. That's why I be in different cities. I already know the gentrification is coming. Like, a lot of people don't understand it. They just see like, all right, the properties is $1 right now is worth 30,000. Then 4 or 5 years, they worth 300,000. But I've been had them since back then. Now these houses are gonna be worth 300,000. I already did that, put that play on. So a lot of people are waiting for it to gentrify and then buy. That's the wrong way to think about it.
Before.
Yeah, you do it before.
Okay.
You got to get in before. So I'm not saying that I don't got 30-year mortgages. I got a building, but it's gonna be right. It's gonna be apartment building, right? I got a event space. I got a home care. I got apartments. I got a parking lot. I paid like $1.2 million for that, right? I only put down $150,000 down to get that building for 1.3. I did a second mortgage on it as well. It's a note This is like high level shit.
Damn.
I put a note on it, and the lady, she loaned me $100,000 to basically fix the place up. So I was really only $50,000 out of my pocket to get $1,003,000 property. After I fixed it up, I refinanced it, made like $400,000 because I think it was worth like 1 point something. Paid her their money back, and then now I got the building. Now that's where I be throwing all my events at. You know, I got the parking lot, I got my warehouse, I got a bunch of shit in that joint.
So are most of these properties rental properties, and what's the format from getting? Is it a license that you need to have a rental property and
Yeah. So I mean,
properties?
Yeah, so you want to make sure you have your rental license. You can go down to to LNI to get that. You got to download like a clip system. You know what? Listen, if a lot of people ain't gonna understand this, but certain steps you got to take in order to be successful. Like for me, like it wasn't the drugs and none of that stuff. These are my drugs.
Yeah, no, for
These
sure.
are my drugs. Like me going to computer, like my man Fresh right here. He'll never want to be on the computer. Like you got that computer shit, bro. Like listen, like the computer, like that's where I stay at. That's where the money is at. Yeah. You see Zuckerberg, you see all them people, Amazon, them billions. Billion is like not even a game. Like so, it's like you gotta get the blueprint and then join from there. And at the same time, you gotta understand how much money do you want to make first, right? You're like, damn, if you want to make $1 million a year, you want to make sure you divide that number into a product. So you see this product, this I don't know, this is $1. They sell like you can go to Poppies all around. They there, right? So you have to everywhere.
They just put different names.
Put a different name on. Look at this.
All from the same factory.
All this all came from the same factory. So you have to get a product. So my product, for me, I have a product that's $10,000, all the way down to a $50 product. But if I sell 20 of them 10,000 products, that's close to $1 million, or 200,000, whatever. You got to have a product first, and then once you come up with that product, get a base number, and then from there, now it's all about marketing. That's what it's all about.
So could you tell our audience what are some of the necessities that you need when buying a crib? Like what are some of the things that by law you should have as far as like fire insurance, water? Like what are some things that by law when you're buying a crib, like for our first home buyers and stuff like that?
All right, so for the FHA process, right? If you trying to get like that's a 30-year mortgage, but at the same time it's called house hacking. So if a person don't have if you got 2 years tax returns, you got a 600 credit score, and you got like $12,000 or $13,000 in the bank, you can get a house for $200,000 to $300,000.
Wow!
You only got to put down 3.5% down on each $100,000. So if you're getting a $200,000 house, you only got to put down $7,500. The government is going to give you $25,000 grant in order to pay for your closing costs. So but listen, you have to work. You had to work for 2 years. So a lot of people out here doing them home cares and y'all doing all that. Listen, get on the books for 2 years. That's how you're going to get your first property. You get your first property like that, and then you're going to get an investment property off your credit report. Getting $100,000 off.
But if you're a private contractor, how does that work?
A private contractor, what you mean? All right.
You said people got to work.
Yeah.
Right. So to show them pay stubs and
and all that stuff.
Constantly making money and it's legal. And what if you're a private contractor and you're doing your own taxes and things of that nature?
Yeah. So
how do you
maneuver around that?
For sure.
So if you're a private contractor, what you want to do is you got to have a LLC. So your EIN number, activities license, a business license.
Like a second social security number.
Yeah, just like a second social security number. So once you have all those things, now you're going to set up payroll. You're going to set up payroll for that LLC. So if you got a company, that you like a housing company, but you ain't immediately making money, you're going to put those business credit cards and you're going to liquidate those business credit cards in order to pay your payroll. So you might be paying yourself, $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Now, just to get those pay stubs, see the traffic, and now you're going to basically be able to get your property off of the money that they lent you. You understand?
Got you.
So it's easy work, but you just got to understand it.
Now you did 6.5 years. So when you came home,
did
you have money like put away, to, like set you out?
I mean, I had a couple dollars, but no, I ain't had like
Was people looking out? Like,
yeah, I mean, I ain't never asked for nothing. Everybody know that. Like, anybody, like, what I mean? I never asked for no money when I was locked up. I had a couple houses that I was making rent off, but the money that I did have, my aunt basically took it. It was like 50,000 I had saved up, and I thought I was coming home to a bag.
Dang.
You know, I thought I was coming home to a bag. I come home, it's like $3,000 in there. It's like 3,000. I'm like, dang, what is I gonna do? So, I basically, I see.
That's how you be talking.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what I'm gonna do? I'm cooked.
Yeah,
So
plans.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know how you planning for shit? Like, yeah, like, all right, like, I'm gonna do 5 over here, 10 over here. Like, it wasn't none of that. So, and she ain't tell me till I got to the box. The shit is all ripped up. Like, I ain't had none of my jewelry or nothing. So I'm like, damn, I got these houses. I'm sitting on a couple million, but I just gotta unlock it. So that's what made me focus even more because I ain't had no money. So I took the 3,000, made a couple more thousand, and then I gave it to my mentor. And then he taught me how to build my credit. Like, listen, I can show you how to get 60,000. It's gonna take you maybe 4 to 5 months because it took me like 6 months to get my credit together. So it took me 6 months, and then I end up getting a line of credit. My line of credit off of my Brewery Town house that I paid $2,000 for. I got $330,000 off of my first house. So it took me like altogether total took me like a year and some change to do that. So you know I had to just stay focused. You know what I'm saying?
Keeping yourself humble.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your relationship between Rick Ross, Freeway Ricky Ross, and we've been seeing you with Master P, all the people that's in the business, pertaining as far as marketing, as far as houses, and giving the game out to the youth.
Yeah, for sure. Freeway Rick, that's my guy. I think I met him with you actually. Yeah, yo, that's crazy because I met him with you and man, him came like super cool. Yeah. So I had flew out to LA. He flew me out to his crib. I fixed his credit. Got him like $200K. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I got Freeway Rick like $200K. And then he opened up a whole weed dispensary and all that type of stuff. Yeah. No, he a hustler. You know, he's touching, major. Like he was major. So, I just think like the youth, like, they gonna respect it because they see like everywhere, where I come from. They see where I come from. And I look like them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to venture off the suits a little bit now. Yeah. But I still gonna wear a chain here and there, but I just feel like you gotta grow up at some point in your life. So right now I just want to keep giving them the game and then also tap in with City Hall. Like, like they be on my Instagram. Like they actually know who I am. Like City Hall, the DAs, all them people. So I'm gonna use them for what they can get used for. I'm gonna bring the game back to them. So we can get these houses, these adverse possession properties. You see all them abandoned houses y'all be saying out there? Yeah. Like you can get them houses just by them sitting from the DA from City Hall. So you just got to understand. It's all about knowledge, bro. All about knowledge. That's what it's all about. Yep.
Did Master P teach you anything as far as that?
No, Master P ain't. I mean, Master P, I feel like he's just a good speaker. Like he ain't gonna give you no game. He ain't gonna give you no real game. Cause he just ain't gonna give it to you. What you see is what you get with him. He not gonna give you no serious game. Like you gotta really be in his circle to get that game. Listen, one of my young boys got Master P his first American Express. Like he didn't even have a credit card. He's cash bull.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Master P is cash bull. Like he don't care about. But listen, he's all about this, a product. It's all about the product. He said, listen, I'm going to sell these CDs out the trunk. I'm trying to make $3 million. I'm going to sell these CDs for $15. You know what I'm saying? And do the math from there. Like, he was all cash. He just started getting American Expresses and all that type of stuff. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, that is like, it takes you to get older to gain the knowledge, and especially seeing it from somebody else that's close to you. Yeah. And to just pay attention as far as, like you said, you can't get anything without credit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm going to just say I'm one of them. It's like, I'm 36.
Yeah.
Still just trying to, learn with the credit and everything. Yeah. But
why do you think, like, what's the disconnect there from y'all trying to, like, I ain't going to say y'all, but a lot of people trying to get credit and lines of credit on? Is it just like the microwave thing? I just want to go right now.
For me, it's like when you focus on as far as your immediate family, like me, I'm taking care of my mom and pops right now.
Yeah.
They sick. Some of my family members passed away, and so now it's like the family looking at, oh, you the glue, you the one now.
Yeah, for sure.
To take care of us. But I'm like, I still got kids to focus on too. Yeah. So which is I ain't got no problem to doing. I'm gonna get my blessings, but like I said, it's the process. Yeah. Taking the time out in the day and say, let me just tap into this, looking at on the computers of that, like you stated.
It's really another thing too. People sometimes your focus don't be there. And that's all it comes down to. Like you're focusing on certain things. Cause I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, man, I don't care about no credit. Like, but I understood like just listen to Jay-Z. Like, you know, all them people bought all those properties off of credit. You know, they came in, got billions of dollars. Like the Rockefellers. You know who the Rockefellers is?
Oh, for sure.
The original Rockefellers.
The original Rockefellers.
real
Who Jay-Z, like, you know, like they were billions from 1935.
Rockefellers, the Vanderbilt.
The Vanderbilts, like them, like, so it's like then when you really look, like, I think a lot of people don't actually assess life. They just looking at that block radius that they in.
They need it
and
right
that's
now.
it. I need it right now. But when you think about the world, like you probably think $1 million is a lot of money. That shit ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Man, it's really 800. They're gonna tax you 200,000 from the rip.
That's what I'm saying. It's really not that. And then if you put it into a house, if you put it into the house census, shit, you like on your blocks, Sydney Street, you got 3-4 houses that's worth $1 million.
Yeah, and it's crazy. They back then they was worth like 300,000.
Yeah, no, they was worth like 20-30,000.
No, Temple.
Oh, I mean around Temple, yeah, around that area, yeah.
They was already basically watching and seeing who was going to leave, but it's like I don't know why Temple just never.
Temple trying to buy that. If they could, they would buy that whole area.
Buy everything.
So all the way back to the park.
Yeah, 21st Street. Yeah, that 33rd Street. Yeah, for sure. But that's what they do. So like when gentrification is when they come in, that's what they did. When they come in, they buy all the properties and then they raise your taxes. Now the grandma can't pay for it.
Right.
You know, she can't pay this. Listen, my taxes in Brewerytown, $5,800 a year. They used to be $600.
That's crazy.
You know, so that's what gentrification is. When they come in, the developers, they come in, they basically raise the taxes. Now they get you out of there. Now they raise the taxes on the next person. That's what gentrification is. So you got to understand, like, you know, the full respect and aspect of the whole situation.
Yeah, because it's big business.
It's big business.
And then it's people like you out here.
Yeah.
That's spreading the information.
Yeah, they don't like me.
They don't like that.
Yeah, they don't like me. For sure. They don't like what I'm doing because it's like, damn, you waking these people up. Like you wake it. That's why when you go to the banks, it's harder to get a credit card now. You know,
Hold up, Workout.
Yeah,
what you feel about Trump being in office, and how does that affect?
Man,
how does that affect? No. I'm not being corny or being.
No. It's cool.
I'm trying to because you know
on a business aspect.
On a business aspect.
Yeah.
How does that affect the real estate game with the tax bracket and all that, and his policies on changing the taxes and all that?
See, for me, right? I don't give a fuck about Trump. Like, I don't care about like him as like what he's talking about and all that. That don't matter. I know the benefit. I know in 2020, that shit was jumping, right?
For sure.
That shit was keep it real. Like people don't want to like keep it real.
It really was.
21. You know, all those years, this shit was jumping.
Supposed to be cutting taxes for middle.
Yeah. For so I mean, basically like
class, upper middle class, and then all his people like him.
Sure. So if you like when you really think about it and look at it, right? Elon Musk, you know, Joe Rogan, you know, all these different people, they sitting with him for a reason. They probably don't like him, but at the same time, the money is going to, you know, roll the right way. So for me, listen, I don't care about Trump. I just know that money is going to come in from everything that I'm doing. And for me, like y'all should love it because I'm going to drop the information right back to the neighborhood. You know, I'm going to drop it right back to the neighborhood. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, that's why they don't like Trump because, you know, he talks certain things, but I really honestly don't care about what he's talking about. I just care about what he's actually doing.
Right.
You know, that's why it was just a landslide or whatever with, you know, with the votes. Like, you know, everybody probably wasn't saying they was voting for him, but they was voting for him.
So far, what you think how he doing right now? Because he just legalized license to carry all over America.
Oh man, I ain't even heard about that.
It's on Google.
Yeah, I ain't even heard about that. License to carry all around America. I don't know how I feel about that because, you know, you go put these guns into certain people's hands and, you know, it's going to be a lot of mayhem.
They out here already, though.
Yeah, they out here. Already. So they already get to it.
They just making it illegal. They really purging.
Yeah.
But they trying to purge.
Yeah, for sure.
On a sneak tip, for real.
Yeah, for sure. I think Trump is like a...
If you go down to Atlanta, everybody got a blick.
Everybody got one.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Women, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like you be in Walmart, Kroger's, blicky on the hip.
Yeah.
Walking around looking for shit. So it's like that now, but I guess Trump had made it like accessible for everybody. But like I remember back in my era, like it was like fucking pulling teeth to try to get a gun
I
license.
ain't gonna lie, there wasn't
anything.
no guns around back in the day.
None.
Like,
you had to
It
talk
was
to
all
your
hand.
OGs.
Like a gun was like,
yeah, gun was like, yeah,
oh, he got
yeah,
a gun.
yeah, like he got a gun.
Now it was like, oh, he got a pistol.
Yeah.
Like, what you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
That type of shit.
Yeah.
Back then, a gun?
I ain't gonna lie, even people getting killed back in the day. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I ain't even like the way young boys is killing nowadays. You be like, dang, like it don't even matter. Like you'll go to a funeral like every other day.
They normalized it.
It's normalized. Like, but back in the day, like I
Somebody
even
dying, a gun
when
violence.
Ruck got killed,
Yeah, it is
and
like,
when my cousin Shiz got killed, like nobody was getting killed.
yeah.
When Buck got killed, when I was in Southwest going to Tilton, they made us get out early. And I'm like, what we getting out early for?
Yeah.
It's like, Buck, I'm like, damn, that's how impactful
That's what I'm saying. Now
it was on the neighborhood. That we actually got out of school early because a hood figure got killed.
it's crazy. How do you feel? I can't believe that. I ain't gonna
It's
lie.
crazy,
I
right?
can't believe how it is. That's why I be trying to fight a little bit for the youth. Like, damn, like come over, let's get some money instead of killing. But these young boys don't even care about that no more. They don't care about. They just care about how many people they kill. Like, yo, I killed 10 people. Where did that come into the?
Like,
how is that
come
cool?
cool at?
That's why I say our era was the best era
Yeah.
because we was all about getting money.
Yeah, we
looking
was getting
fly,
money.
feeling good, celebrating. These niggas is just catching wreck.
For nothing.
Just catching wreck.
Yeah.
And they think they can slip and slide up out of the judicial system and get up in the jails playing. They don't understand a gun or the clip can't pay for the lawyer.
Exactly. I think that's where like I changed a lot too. Like when I actually got locked up and I started I'm seeing people 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, they 17, 18, 19 years old. They crying for real.
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff that people don't see. Like them niggas is crying and they selves like, damn, I want to go home. You should have wanted to go home when you was killing all them.
And a
motherfuckers.
lot of these young boys got mental issues too.
Yeah.
Like when sometimes I be talking to them,
Yeah.
they be really dealing with some shit, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, I hate to say it, but our era, it was like the crack era.
Yeah.
So all the kids now,
Yeah, they
kind
got
of from like
AD,
kids from that
ADHD.
type of era, like,
Yeah.
and I can see how
It affected
it had on them.
Exactly. It definitely affected them in a
Because
different
I be talking to them like, and they don't sometimes they just don't get it.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, they wear their heart on their sleeves where everything is macho and what he say or I ain't going or they don't try to nothing else matters than like you said, the immediate gratification.
Exactly.
Somebody played with me, I responded.
Yeah, I got to respond. Yeah. But I think another thing too, like, is like being raised by females. Like they're emotional.
That's also.
Yeah.
Like, you know, being a young kid, just being raised by, raised by your mom, like you're gonna have those emotional ties like a woman. You know, if a man steps in there, it's not gonna be the same type of thing. So, there's a lot of fatherless homes as well. That's why I try to be a father figure, to these young boys. And it's just hard.
It's funny that you said that.
Yeah.
Because for me, I didn't find that for me until I went to prison.
Yeah.
When you just by yourself.
Yeah.
And you like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't know how to, like you said, they grow up around women.
Yeah.
And sometimes that balance is needed in the household.
For sure.
But that male figure is around so you can see the balance.
Exactly.
Because, my parents was married. They got married probably like 7 years after I was born.
Yeah.
They got married. And up until my father's death, they were still married.
Yeah.
We don't even hear about people getting married no more.
Yeah, the marriage thing is like.
The music is pushing.
Yeah.
Fuck that nigga, fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
Use him till he broke, go fuck the next nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, all this shit just weird. I'll be honest, this shit is weird.
It's not pushing like, even the R&B music from our era.
Yeah, nothing is the same.
Now they're just scissoring them, lick ass, suck pussy, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not meaning to sing her out, but some of the newer artists is like.
It's like nobody's being authentic no more. It's nobody just being like, damn, I'm authentic. I'm sticking to myself no matter what. Like nobody's like that. And that's why we in the state that we at because of that,
What you think we need to do, some of the things that we need to go about changing and trying to make our conditions and our circumstances better as far as the gun violence and shit in the hood?
I would say for sure, like, having sit downs and making sure they have access to money. I think it was less violence when more money was on the street.
Yeah, like all right, so the pandemic, when all that money was out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, a friend of mine works down town where she works with the outpatients and shit like that. And she works close to the police system. She's saying it was more murders.
It was more murders?
It was more murders.
Dang, it was more. It probably was more murders because it was.
And she was saying it was more unsolved murders too.
Yeah, I mean, because then you got you got robbers. You got robbers as well. So they gonna want to take they gonna want to take your money. I just think like we just said like some of these people just not wrapped too tight mentally. So it all starts in the inside of your household. If we can get attached to the household, get the mothers or fathers talking to them early to tell them, listen, look, your son can't be outside at 17. He can't be outside. He can't be doing this stuff. Like I told y'all, my grandma, I had to sneak out the house to play football.
Damn.
Like we don't see none of that no more.
No, I agree to that. It's like my grandma used to call at the corner of the block.
Yeah, Jake, go, come on, you come in the house.
And at a certain time, you was definitely in the house at least no later than probably 9.
Nah, 9.
Street lights came on.
Yeah, street lights come on.
Yeah.
Street lights come on. You in the house.
Yeah, I grew up in that era. Like, I grew up down the street from y'all. I moved out Southwest when I was 10, 87.
Yeah.
I was born in 77.
Born in 77.
I was born in 77. I'm pushing a big Curtis Jackson.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I came up in the church. I went to Duckery High School.
Yeah.
I knew about the games, the Susquehanna games.
Yeah, 20th and Susquehanna.
And I know about all that shit. I moved down Southwest when I was 10. So,
Yeah.
That's where
you really got your mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's where you grew up at, for real. Yeah, I was in North until I ain't gonna lie, I was all around though.
Mm. Like I was one of those kids, like you said, strict grandmother.
Yeah.
We always in church 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday.
I was an usher. I'm on the door.
You know what I mean?
White,
white. You was an usher?
Yeah.
They made me sick of church to where I still have my beliefs and my religion, but I don't go as much as I could because the first half of my life, we went so fucking much. Mm. Like I would come from that family. We went to church all the time.
I was the same way.
All the time. Like, God damn.
Yeah, you cooking me. I ain't gonna lie. We got a couple churches like my homie. We ain't gonna talk about. Listen, that boy was on the porch. Tyree, come on down. Come on down, buddy. Like I was
helped me though.
For
sure. They kept me from going off that edge. Like I got in trouble. I learned. It only took me one year in the county.
Yeah.
They ain't never seen me again.
For sure. So you did a year?
Yep, yeah. 2000.
I think so. Like another thing too. I think we had like back then. I was addicted to the lifestyle of selling drugs, and I didn't know I was addicted.
You get addicted to the. Tell the people about that.
Yeah, like you
about the addiction to the money.
Exactly.
The lifestyle.
It's the lifestyle.
Being
so
in the mix.
Everything. So I would say the young boys right now are addicted to drill rap. They're addicted to it, and it's like, damn, I gotta get more bodies than them. You feel me?
Crazy.
So it's the same thing as they addicted to that lifestyle. So you have to relearn. You have to reconfigure your brain so you can learn something else. And then that's why when they sit in them jail cells for 7-8 years, they're not even the same person no more. They're not the same person no more because they grew up on something different. And that's why some people do be needing like a second chance, but it's over with. That's what they gotta understand. Like after you pull that trigger, you kill that person, you get caught, you're done.
Yeah, that's it.
It's over. Lights out.
Do-overs.
Yep.
Like
good pop.
Like what our neighborhood, I just want to say we had a lot of structure.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to go to the old heads to get a gun. We had to go through the old heads to get some drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the difference between a lot of different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And we kept it like a unity type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. That's like me and you. If we rumble today tomorrow, we friends 2 days later.
That's crazy. That's because listen, look. When I used to fight Rich, you probably don't remember Richard from Rich, whatever. We used to fight and be cool the next hour. Yeah. Next two, like you fighting and then you killing. You gonna kill that person. Yeah. But like you have to regret it if you have. I feel like some of these people are soulless. Like they don't. They just be like, I'm gonna kill this person and then it's on to I'm gonna rap about it. Right. I'm rolling him up. Yeah. Like how can you you don't have, that's how you grew up.
Just throw your whole life away.
Yeah, you just throwing your whole life away. Like people are not even worth any, like the flesh is not worth anything no more. Like to certain people. And I think that's why I stayed around a little bit because I understand the value of people. Like that's what you had to, in order for you to be successful, you have to value relationships and you have to value people as well as human beings. That's the only way you're gonna get somewhere. That's how it goes.
Loyalty, genuine.
Genuine, like all that type stuff. For sure.
We want to know about your personal life, your marriage, and your children. How many children you got?
Oh man, I didn't know we was getting there.
Sorry.
Well, you know, I got 5 children. I would say 5. I got 5 children. I'm not married.
Oh.
I got engaged, but I'm not married at the time.
Okay.
I did it big too. Had music come out, sing and all that stuff. But I just think I wasn't mentally ready for it.
Yeah, that happens.
You know that happens a lot too. Like especially when you have a lot going on, and then I kind of like blew up on Instagram. I feel like sometimes you really gotta sit back and just enjoy your life, but at the same time, if you're gonna be with that person, honor that person and be ready for it.
Right.
I wasn't ready for marriage yet.
Right.
So that's why I didn't get married at the time. But you have to work on yourself as a person to understand it had to be some wiggle room.
I'm not ready.
You had to surrender.
Yeah.
Most people
I'm not
rush
ready.
into it, and then they're trying to figure out their self in the process,
Yeah.
and then they ruin what they
Exactly.
try to build.
I think if you're gonna do anything, you have to surrender to a female. If you want to be one, if you want to get married, you have to surrender.
Right.
A lot of people
true.
don't understand that because you too busy worrying about what you gonna do for yourself. And a lot of people is like that. Like, it's like, damn, I want to do this for me. I want to do this for me. But sometimes you gotta see what she wants. What do she want?
Right.
In order for y'all to grow
union.
as a union and grow as a unit.
And I think a lot of people measure success as a ruler for, okay, now I'm ready to start a family and get married. No, you still got to be mentally ready to make that commitment.
Exactly.
Having money and having a success doesn't.
I ain't gonna lie, it was hard for me though.
Yeah.
It was hard, like having.
Even makes it harder a little bit.
Yeah, it makes it harder
Mhm.
because now, like I got outside children, so they looking at me like, damn, bro, you got all this money, I need this, or the baby mom like, yo, I need this or I need that. He's like, damn, I gotta take care of my family. I gotta take care of everybody. I'm taking care of my aunt, my uncle. I'm making sure my homies from jail cool. I'm just making sure everybody, the balance is there, and somebody's gonna get left out or they gonna feel some type way. And that's what messes up the whole union. Because now you got that disgruntled person, and they be like, I'm gonna fuck your shit up now.
Yeah, you can't be everything for everybody.
It go back to what I said. Everybody's depending on that one person, that see the vision of everybody saying we're gonna get out through that one person.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
How do you deal with telling somebody no?
I ain't gonna lie. telling people no is
that's
like
crazy. That's a crazy.
It's really hard because people will pocket watch so much that they think, okay, you got $3-4 million, or you got $6 million, or whatever I think you got, not knowing, bro, my bills was $40,000 a month. $40,000 a month, G-Wagon, Maybach.
Talk about it.
Mortgage $5,900. I got this property. I got that property. I'm paying $40,000 a month. So it's like, damn. Of course, I'm gonna look out for you, but I'm more so. I don't want to just give you no money and just be that.
Teach you how to fish.
I want to teach you how to fish for yourself.
Yeah.
So now we can blow this shit up together.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that. That's why Dirk probably where you at right now. I'm gonna give you 50,000. I give you that 50,000, you're gonna fuck that shit up because you don't know how to get no money. Because you thinking it's just shit is just unlimited and it's not. Look, I'm gonna come back, let me get another 50,000. But it's like, damn, bro, I got a family. Even if I do got 10 million, I still got my mom, I got my grand, I got all these other people.
Yeah.
And when you tell a person no, that sometimes that brings a lot of envy, and the next thing you know, you probably be in the trunk somewhere or dead because of those things. That's why I'd rather teach a person how to fish, and they always gonna remember that because they gonna have that for the rest of their life.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Shoot, teaching them, that's the most important thing. And it's like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I learned from my bro. I learn from you every day. I'm gonna just say this: there's certain selected people that I just pay attention on Instagram, as far as the value, and what I'm saying, teaching them the game of how they need to come in.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely respect it, man. I definitely respect it. I think just man, listen, life is just like, it's a big place. Like, you just got to be able to learn like information, as much information as possible. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. Nobody gonna be perfect. Get a game out as much as you can. Like, I think that's where I messed up at too. Like, because when I was younger, I think that's why I got hated on when I was a young boy. Because I was keeping all the money to myself. 30, 40,000, and I'm not looking out for my homies for real, because I'm just trying to stack the money up for myself. When I start getting that work and start dishing it out down here, dishing it here. Now this shit going even more, I got more money and I'm looking out for more people, and now my value was even bigger all around. So I just took that to real estate and did the same thing. That's why I invest with people all over the world, all over the world, Texas, Houston, like Philly, all the parts of the world, California. I'm everywhere investing in real estate and bringing them back to Philly, back to Jersey, back to Maryland, all these different spots. So that's what it is, man.
Anything else you wanted to say, Ness? Okay.
That was about it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
For sure.
Flying up, taking the time to come and talk to us, man. Talk to our audience. Talk to our platform. Man, appreciate that, man.
For sure.
Salute.
Good knowledge.
Sure.
Let the people know where they can find you or your business going at and everything like that.
So you can find me at WorkOut_Landlord. On Instagram. Also, you can follow the Red Carpet event space. I just opened that venue. We have a home care opening. We got like so much going on. We're trying to get to $15-20 million in real estate too as well. I ain't gonna stop.
Yeah.
I ain't stopping. So whoever watching this, make sure y'all tap in and understand information is gonna change your life.
Tap into Pure Fuel. Shout out to the Pure Fuel. You know what I'm saying? We signing out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Did he do it or did he not? One thing the public knows that did he pop? Philly nigga popping the willy on any block. You wanna talk to me? It costs $2 million to Millie Rock. Did he do it? Did he do it? Or did he not? Did he not? One thing the public knows that did he pop? Philly nigga popping the willy.